Wow, okay, you get the evidence. Too much ọpọlọ onto intelligence. Social media don't be real life, but
hello, there's another episode of the Mendem podcast. I am Super OG, the public enemy, and we are going to be talking about something interesting today. So, have you ever walked in on social media, like you just opened your Twitter account or maybe your Facebook account, and then you saw somebody saying something that you can easily verify to be a lie? Because maybe you knew that person, or maybe you knew that person for a long time. So the question is today, why is it that people feel the urge to go on social media and live a different life from what they actually live in real life? I think that's where, that's the episode for today. I'll be joined by two of my very, very good guys. One is Chubby Papi. Chubby Papi, how are you doing today?
I'm good, bro.
All right, Chubby
Fun.
Papi is good, bro. And my other guy is also here. You probably heard him on the second episode. His name is Wesley. Wesley, how are you doing today?
Just like the Terminator, I'm back.
Just like the Terminator, you're back. This is what we're talking about, social media. Anyway, Chubby Papi, let's start with you. We've been following each other on Twitter for a while, and it's safe to say that amongst all of us here now, you're the ladies' man. So I think you have much more to say. Why do you think?
I feel like that's another misconception.
Wait now. Where we start? So I feel you are the ladies' man amongst all of us. All the fine girls I followed on Twitter, I followed, by following Haji, or maybe Haji retweeting them to the TL. So Haji, I think you're in the best place to answer the question first. Do you think social media itself encourages people to live a lifestyle that is far from their reality? If so, why is that the case?
Like, first of all, I want to, that narrative that, having an alter ego on social media is a bad thing. That narrative, I feel it swings both ways. It can be a good thing, but more often than not, it's a bad thing.
Okay.
A good thing in the sense that there's some people who are not really vocal in person, you get. Intellectual people, they're not really vocal in person.
They're introverts.
But online, they can put on a persona, they can put on a mask and show who they really are in a good way. You understand? So we can't always say it's a bad thing, but more often than not, it's used for bad.
Let's throw the same question to Wesley. Wesley, why do you feel social media sort of encourages people to want to show that part of themselves that they may naturally hide in person?
Because social media makes it very simple and easy for them.
How do you mean?
It goes two ways. Like how you said, there are people that ordinarily they are let's say closet people, and they have this side of themselves that they want to show to the world, and they cannot do it themselves in person because of parents, peer pressure, getting laughed at or scorned at. So it's easy to do it on social media because there's no one who will police you or tell you what to do. So you have this freedom, to show this side of yourself that ordinarily you would not show because of the circumstances around you. Then there are other sets of people that lie intentionally. They are not showing the different side of themselves. These ones, they are just lying. For example, chase money, don't chase girls. When you get money, all these quotes from God knows where. Meanwhile, this person is just in probably the JSS2, JSS3, trying to write junior WAEC. But this person is talking on social media and posting pictures on Instagram, talking about you can't afford me, if you don't have 100 million in your account and stuff like that. Do you understand? So there are two sets of people. The ones who lie about a life that they don't live, and the ones who want to show a part of themselves that they are too shy or timid to share. In person. So
okay. So Haji,
two different people.
Okay, so Haji, let's go back to you now, Haji. So for a while now, we've been seeing different sets of people open accounts and share what people have come to now term the alpha male agenda, or alpha male, anyone that you decide to call it, agenda, and it's you've also seen a counter response from women who term themselves as for a lack of a better word, feminist. I don't think being a feminist is a bad thing. Let me just put that out there. I think being a feminist is right. If a woman works if a woman puts in as much work as a man, she should get paid the same thing. And I think women shouldn't be looked at as lesser than men. However, there's a Twitter. We must agree that there's a social media definition to feminism, and sometimes it can come off as a little bit extremist, just like the Alufa male people also. So now that we have two different agendas from both agendas, as is often said on Twitter or on social media, do you think these agendas are setting a tone for general discourse on most social issues?
Yeah, like I feel these two issues, the whole feminist thing, I think it was blown out of proportion.
How do you mean? Explain for us. Explain for us, I beg.
Because if the whole feminist thing, as in e-feminist day, so that's what started first to get on. They're very extreme on Twitter first of all. Then I think the alpha male thing, it started as bands. It started as bands. Then I think personal experiences started entering, and it now became a very bitter thing. Same as e-feminist. Maybe, let's say the most common example of person break their heart. You now have this hatred for men online. Hatred for men online. In real life, if you don't get that hatred, that's another aspect of real life and social media.
All right, so just as a good follow-up now, I'm also going to ask you this, because I feel it affected this particular topic I'm about to talk about. So some weeks ago, or maybe a week ago, thereabouts, the final verdict of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's case, came to light. Johnny Depp was issued, Amber Heard was issued punitive, was told to just, compensate Johnny Depp for, I can't think of so many words, but Amber Heard was told to compensate Johnny Depp, going to the tune of about 15 million naira. I said 15 million naira. $15 million, Jerry. So $15 million quad. I didn't tell him say make she pay Johnny Depp. That's 10 million and 5 million to run consecutively now. So normally, if for people who followed that case, you see that for most things that were said on that case, the evidences that were presented on that case, you would believe that it would have been much more black and white in terms of reaction. But when reactions came out, you could see that many people could no longer look or react in terms of the facts put in front of them. People were reacting based on, oh, my gender, oh, your gender, oh, this gender. So
exactly.
It goes back to my first question now. Do you think it is because of movements like this, when you have people who identify as feminists, but if you look at the kind of things that they say, they can easily be singled out as misandrist. And you look at some people saying that they're alpha male and they're just misogynist. Do you think that this social media has given a rise to this kind of rhetoric, and you now have more and more people following these things blindly?
Yeah, because on social media, most times it's basically faceless, so you can see what's in your mind to get. If you hate women from the bottom of your heart, you can come and say it on Twitter. Do you understand? If you hate men, you can come and say it on Twitter. They might drag you, but nobody will come and beat you.
So Wesley, we are going to take the question back to you now. When you saw what happened with the whole Amber Heard situation, and you saw the Amber Heard Johnny Depp situation, and you saw how people reacted to it, did you also look at it as social media can really be something problematic, or did you see it as, why are people not reacting the way they will naturally react in person?
I think that the whole concept of feminism is a good one, like how you said earlier. And the problem with every good concept is the fact that we would have extremists with extremist views, be it religion, be it social issues and whatnot. We will always have extremists. And the annoying part is the extremists are the loudest, and they seem to have this
cult following.
Psychophans that large following, exactly, have a loud voice, and that is what the problem is, and that is what is coming to play in the whole. Even before Amber Heard, we had the whole Izu issue, an innocent young man that was called out for doing something he did not do.
For committing rape.
Without any shred of evidence. And that guy just went away like that. And so today, the lady just went offline for like 2-3 months, changed her handle, and she's back and living life like nothing ever happened. So that is exactly what we're seeing with the whole Amber issue, because we have people who come and say, you know what, women don't lie about rape, about sexual assault. So if a woman says Mr. A raped me or did that, believe her, because what? She is a woman. Do not investigate. Do not ask questions. Do not see things from a different point of view.
So are you saying that? Yeah. So are you saying that social media, because of how social media has been wired, are you saying that it's the main cause of this thing, the fact that people can say anything and just go away?
Exactly. And that's why I was so happy that Johnny won this case, because it sets the precedence that, you know what, you can't just come on social media or whatever and say things are not true and go away with it. You must present facts to back up your claim. Okay. And if you are caught wanting, of course you should face the wrath of the law.
Let me ask you now. Do you think, since we're talking about social media, of course, a lot of social media exists. We're talking about, a bunch of them. Now we have TikTok. We've always had Facebook for the longest of time. And we also have Instagram. Now, a lot of people have blamed Instagram for people trying to live larger than life. I mean, Hush Puppy was caught on Instagram because it was flaunting too much. Just to give an example. So, do you think Instagram has also affected social perception of success? Do you think Instagram now has made people so eager to put more things out there than they naturally should?
We cannot blame social media. We can only blame the users, because the concept of Instagram is, come and share pictures, videos, just show people the side of you that, they don't see every day. Now, people have used the opportunities to actually take me back to my earlier point, where people just come to lie and post things that are not true, feel good about themselves. We now live in a generation where people are easily influenced, or people feel easily intimidated. Take, for example, Hush Puppy. He was driving the baddest cars and living the life in Burj Khalifas and buying the Rolls Royces and the best of Philip Pateks and whatever. And there were a lot of young people who were envying him at that point, even not knowing the source of his wealth. So we cannot really blame social media. We have to blame users of social media and how they decide to use social media. For example, if I mention the word OnlyFans, what comes to your mind first?
The word of God.
No, it's true. If I mention the word OnlyFans, the first thing that comes to most people's mind is content creators selling pornographic content. But I did a bit of research and I read about OnlyFans. I got to find that, look, the sole purpose of OnlyFans was for content creators to sell
directly to their audience.
Yeah. You understand? But of course, social media users hijacked it and found pornographic content creators took over, and they're the biggest ballers on OnlyFans. You cannot blame the guy who actually said that you know what? Let's give content creators a platform to make money.
Okay. Let's bring in Haji here now. Haji, I'd like to ask you about TikTok. Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, I'm on TikTok.
You're on TikTok? Oh, interesting. I don't think I am on TikTok. Even though I think, because I do voiceover, I should be there
not
too.
On TikTok.
I'm also not on TikTok, but I'd like to ask you about TikTok. So, recently, one of my guys tweeted that he went on a date with one of these IG and TikTok influencers. And I kid you not, this girl went to one of the mirrors in the restaurant, and she was doing that walking stuff, that walking trend, where people will be walking and the song will play in the background. Like they were about going, and she went to one of the mirrors and was doing it there in real life.
Yeah, now I've actually been in that situation.
Oh, really? Okay, let's hear from your own part. What happened?
This is my friend though, but now she's a Instagram. I don't know what they call them.
Influencer.
Instagram buddy.
not to me, but like a content creator.
Okay.
And she sells her stuff. So we went to, I took her to this nice restaurant, and like she gave me her phone, recorded me walking in towards you. Like I entered the side room, and I'm there holding phone, bending. And it was a bad experience, but that is what they do, and that's how they sell their market. Do you understand? That's just where we are now, socially. But like going back to the question you asked Wesley, and like you mentioned them, you mentioned Hush Puppy, and people wanted to be like him, envying him. I feel like now it's like fundamentally built in Nigerians. We must impress others, our family members, and absolute strangers. Bam, that spills over into different aspects of our aspects of our lives. People marry these days so that people will say, "Oh, yeah, I married one now."
True story.
Yeah, married. Do you understand? So we're constantly living with the mindset that we need to impress others. That's why everybody's always looking for a banger tweet.
For a what? Looking for a what?
A banger. Like that's why everybody's always looking for approval from their friends and total strangers on the tail. Like people are always looking for that tweet that will be a banger. That one that everybody do that will get
a lot of retweets.
Like people tweet for that so that they can get that, and most times they tweet nonsense, very out of character nonsense. Yeah, you understand? You understand? So like I feel like all those things are just built into, I don't want to say Nigerians anymore, like people in general.
Yeah, but Haji, you know, I think we should go back to TikTok now, because I think we've spoken about Twitter for quite a while. But I think for TikTok, it's new. You know, it's new, and we've now gotten a lot of Nigerians who are on the place now and are making, you know, they're using TikTok now to make a living for themselves, and I think it's now also exactly. So it now also, you know, has the same or similar, if not much more, effect on how people behave. You know, when you see people, you know, try to put up a persona, because they believe that when they do that, you know, that's when people will you know, view their stuff. There's a girl on my IG who posts nothing but her bum like every time, and guess what? That's why I'm there. I will view it. Do you understand?
Finished man.
Do you understand? Do you get? So like the question now is like for TikTok, for Instagram, why do you think these people even get attention? I mean, now I just said that somebody is posting bum and the girl always gets my attention. Like that's the only reason why I follow her. Why is it that we have people like me who follow people like that? If you know, we know that
we all like bum now. That's why I'm saying. No.
Wesley, you don't like bum.
I like Jesus.
But shall you get what I mean? I'm like that. Okay. I mean, okay, sex will always have an audience. Sex sells.
Yeah.
I know this girl on TikTok, all she does is like pull her shorts up and show camel toe. That's all she does. And
she get like average of, she average how many views?
Well, she has like 75k followers.
Jesus is love.
Wonderful. Wow. Yeah, like, so like sex will always sell, no matter what you do. But like, thing about TikTok, I don't know if this will make sense, but I feel like it's the Microsoft Excel of social media. The possibilities are limitless.
Oh, okay.
You can do whatever you want on it, and you can do whatever. Like you never know what you can never reach like the height, because you can basically make a movie on TikTok if you spend enough time learning how things work. And I feel like once you get interested in that, once you get interested in it, like making videos, like if you just open TikTok, it's a black hole. You know how the Discover page on Instagram is a black hole? If you just enter the scroll, you see videos. TikTok is 10 times worse.
Wow.
You will get lost.
Lost in the lost in the sauce with the Kelly. But forget.
I feel like to get views, people will do whatever it is to get views,
and that's the problem.
Yeah. You know, and that's incredible.
Whatever it is. See that? That's why I sip my alcohol. That's alcohol trend.
Oh my god.
Bruh, come on.
Like people
there's around that one girl was pouring egusi on her head or something like that.
Like, do you understand?
Yeah. And if you check, okay, those ones now do have hundreds of thousands of views. because somebody did
Of
something
course,
crazy.
now.
Like you're a mad person, but you've gotten your engagement.
Like that's your opium.
You've got what you want, and that's the point of it.
I think we should end on this note too, because if young people have figured out that, all social media is for its attention, and in order to get attention, you can do anything, you basically can do anything and just get it and be cool. I mean, there was a time on Twitter, I talk about Twitter a lot because I use Twitter a lot. So when every night we'll get Twitter asleep, and somebody will post, some very interesting,
5 minutes.
some very interesting photographs. Deleting in 5 minutes, and it go there for like 100 days. This like that forever and ever.
No, but
I will tell you.
Wesley, talk. I'm listening to you.
I want to say something that the truth is, we as a society, we are not helping matters, because for me, if every social media user was like me, bro, a lot of these people now have followers.
To be honest,
I'm telling you this because
wait, Wesley, wait first, wait.
Yeah.
A lot of people, including Kelly. You mean you will not follow Kelly?
Why?
Why would you follow Kelly? Are you okay?
Well, now I download TikTok.
Kelly, I'm guy. Okay, the truth is, look, people who actually sit down to create good content, those guys would do trenches for like 3-4 years before they actually bank hit. For example, you can't compare Ellie and this Kadilami guy, the guy that does this hand impression.
Yeah.
That guy's been dropping videos like back to back. It took him, bro, before he was discovered.
Bro, I saw a video saying that.
You understand? Look at this girl from this from Nairobi. I think Elsa. That Elsa.
That big.
Bro, this girl was grinding like for years before she was noticed. But someone can just show camel too, or show little bomb, or do some stuff with their tongue, and boom, you don't blow.
But that's
so
what we,
when society
but that's what we like.
People like that.
Go on. But that's what we like. Go on.
The truth is, when society rewards people like that, and marginalizes those who actually crack their brains to drop dope content that are actually top notch, it becomes a problem in itself. And people be like, you know what? Why should I go through the stress of cracking my brain and doing stuff that actually makes sense when I can just use my body and just get followers and make money and whatnot? Tell me why Bobrisky is famous.
That's a good question.
Tell me why James Brown is famous, for the love of God.
And I think in the case of
guys
in the case of I think in the case of Bobrisky and James Brown, I think they owe their fame to women. I think babes just like them for some reason.
Straight up. I feel like women are intrigued by.
You understand? Coupe boy. Oh my God.
Coupe boys. No, but me, I feel like women are intrigued by the idea of gay men.
Really? That's
no, like I'm not even like being offensive, but I feel like women.
I wouldn't say gay men. I would say cross-dressers.
Or cross-dressers. Okay, yeah, cross-dressers.
Yeah. So I think as a society, if we don't begin to reward people that actually do stuff like breakthrough in science and tech, and academics, and just normal stuff that improves the life of people and society
on social media,
and we reward on social media, or we reward people that do rubbish. Of course, everyone wants to do rubbish and blue. Nobody cares any longer. Like for Africa and Nigeria, that we hold ourselves to high moral standards.
Do we,
bro? Every single day you're on Twitter, there's a girl showing bomb or half teeth or something.
But that's what we're there now.
It's not normal.
That's what we're there.
Now I think they my bookmark now.
You know what? Wesley. You know what? So we don't just keep going on. No. I think we've made very excellent points. As regards what's happening, and I think with older people, their own is Facebook and WhatsApp. They also have the same issue. It affects a lot of their inputs and how they discuss. I remember someone in my family telling me about how EndSARS was a plan of the Igbo people trying to overtake Lagos, and I was like, well, you don't know what's going on, because he read something off WhatsApp. You get it, and that was like, you know, like to him, he felt, because he's an older Yoruba man and everything, he felt, you know, that fed into some of his premonitions about the Igbo people, even though that was total nonsense. Do you understand? That did not touch the facts at all. But it's one of the dangers of social media, how people can go read stuff and just believe it without doing due diligence and checking, you know, and what, you know, and people can also go there and live fake life. And I think part of why people like us, you know, reward the big bum girls and you know, the likes.
I do not do big bum girls.
Oh well,
I do not.
I do not. I do not. But that's why I'm on Twitter and I'm on Instagram. But you know, the point I'm trying to make is that the reason why some of those people who do all those kind of things have some fame. This is just my own input, though. I feel it's also because we have to agree that social media also serves as a point of escapism. The point is that you know some people just want to escape from real life and then go there and see some stuff that they know is not real. But then some people don't know that some of these things are not real. They just guzzle it up and just sit and say, well, this is it and this is real life. And some people just go there and make, you know, some people go every day and say men has come. Meanwhile, they marry every Saturday. You did they believe. Say men has come.
Bruh.
Do you understand?
No.
Do you understand?
No.
So, you know, it's, you know, by and large, I think we've had a very good conversation. I'm very happy that I had this conversation with, you know, with Chubby Papi. You know, that's Haji, and with Wesley, my man. Thank you for, you know, for showing up on really short notice, guys.
Thank you.
It's always good to be here, my guy.
Thank
you so much for having me.
When I try. Thank you very much, man. All right, this is the episode today for Mendem. You've heard the rants between myself, Super OG, the Public Enemy. You've heard Chubby Papi, that's Haji, also talk about what he feels happens on social media versus real life. And my very good friend Wesley, you know, Wesley has also contributed on the podcast today. I think we will have more multi players going forward. You know, myself and a couple of people talk about certain things we've noticed. If you're out there, try and ensure that you get your PVC. Election is coming next year. You know, thank you very much for listening to the podcast. Have a wonderful day.
That's cool on the beat. That's cool on the beat.